Hi, my name is Marlene and this is my banking application. In this first video, we're going to be seeing the front-end architecture, authentication, and app diagram. So as you can see, I have three distinct parts to my application. There is the front end, which is everything that you're going to be able to see once you load into the application. Then there is the middleware, which acts as exactly what the name says, which is a middle part between the front end and the back end. This is where my express routes are going to be hold, and then also my Firebase authentication. And then in the back end, we can see that I have a MongoDB database. So when it comes to front-end architecture, I have quite a few files. There's obviously the index.html and then an index.js, which basically what it does is it loads everything up. Then I have a context.js, which is very important because once we load into the application, a lot of things, so that I don't have to call the backend for every single thing. I'm just gonna call it once and I'm gonna hold that information into my context. And that way I don't have to call the backend every single time I want things. So it's a very important part. And then the navbar, which is gonna have two states. One is when the user is not logged in, you're gonna be able to see a create account button and a login button, which is gonna call the createaccount.js or the login.js. And then if the user is logged in already, then they're gonna be able to deposit, withdraw, see their balance, and see their profiles. I really wanted this to feel like a real application that you would see in real life, so I wanted to have a clear distinction between the user being logged in and the user not being logged in. That was very important to me. Then we have authentication. Now, I used Firebase authentication, this Google Firebase, and the reason that I used Firebase is because it's really easy to use and it's very easy to then access and see if the authentication worked or not. So there are two instances in which Firebase is called. One is in create account. So when a user is creating their account, Firebase is going to be called, and they're obviously that user is going to be stored in Firebase. And then when the user wants to log in, Firebase is going to be called again, because we have to authenticate that this is a real user and not just a random person trying to log into an account. When it comes to this part, I didn't encounter a lot of difficulties. Everything was very well explained in some videos of the course, so I just followed along the tutorials, and everything seemed to be working fine. So yes, this is the end of video 1.